Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new here, my name is Charlotte, but I go by Charlie, and if you haven't yet, please smash that thumbs up and subscribe down below for more content. So today we are completing our October bullet journal spread for the month. It is going to get a little messy because, as you can see, I took a bottle of paint. I took a bottle of paint and squirted it everywhere on my page. At least it has great October vibes because it is black. Though, to be honest, it doesn't really feel like fall where I am because it's hot and it's very rainy, so it feels more like spring, which I don't honestly mind because one of my favorite seasons is spring, actually. Do y'all have a favorite season? The theme for this month is horses. I simply adore horses, so it wouldn't be a yearly bullet journal theme without them. And speaking of that, it's also kind of weird because when I first did this challenge, I had so many months to make up because, duh, it's 12 months in a year type of thing. But now I only have two months until the new year. Wow, time flies. Anyways, so when I was little, I used to draw horses a lot because I was told that the horse anatomy was one of the most difficult to pin down, and I am proud of myself because I had this awesome unicorn drawing named Glitter. This was a reoccurring motif in my drawings, and sometimes Glitter even had 3 legs. Can you imagine? But no, I love horses, although I've only ridden a horse maybe twice. Have y'all ever ridden horses? Yes. Okay, so this spread was also really fun to experiment with, and I have to say, I don't know why I bothered drawing an under sketch for this cover spread when I just covered it in black paint. I basically went into the cover sketch blind. Though I do enjoy how it turned out. I tried multiple different white pens on it because my go-to pen is the Micron Jelly Roll. However, it stopped working with the paint, so I had to try a Unisignal white ball pen, which also stopped working. From there, I tried the Recollections white pen, but it wasn't opaque enough. And then I tried the Touch 5 white pen and a couple others that I don't know if I actually kept those testers in the video because they weren't very successful. In the end, the Posca and the white jelly roll did come through clutch, and it turned out okay with a lot of line variant, which I liked, and then I just went over the horse with the Recollections pen to draw in some shading. So as a result, I really like how this cover spread turned out, and of course we do have a title, and for now the title is nothing special. It's just me writing October in white, but I do come back in and jazz it up a little. So that's something, right? For the next spread, I used a fountain pen. I think drawing horsehair is one of the biggest joys that I had making these spreads and these designs because horses have such beautiful hair to draw, despite in reality it being really coarse. I was actually so surprised the first time I ever touched a horse because, yeah, the hair is nothing like you see in the movies. The movies. But yeah, for some reason when I was little, I thought horses had really silky, really gorgeous hair. And yes, they do have gorgeous hair, but yeah, it's coarse and it's a little brittle. And I feel like if a horse really wanted to, they could totally smack you in the face with their hair and you'd just be out for a while. But yeah, I really enjoyed drawing these horses, and I'm successful and happy to say that I have moved on from bee documentaries on YouTube to watching animal safari videos to now watching beautiful wild horse videos. And I was really surprised to find out that a lot of our wild horses are not actually like descendants of wild horses. A lot of them were born in captivity, let out into the wild, and then miraculously survived. So physically, the body parts and the way they look are meant to be for different environments than that which they live in. So I think that's pretty interesting. Evolution, am I right? For the next spread, I decided to use a fountain pen to ink the drawing because bottled ink, which is what I use to refill my pen, is more opaque than other black color alternatives. And I'm not sure how I feel with drawing this fountain, like drawing with these fountain pens, because there is no line variant to the fountain pen. At least I only have one type of nib, so I only get one type of line. And it's not that it's uncomfortable, but it's not the comfortable scratch feeling that I get when I draw with a dip pen, and it's almost smoother than a ballpoint or gel pen. So I am I don't know, I cannot decide how I feel about drawing with this fountain pen. To counter the fact that I couldn't add any variations or change the opacity of the black ink, what I did is I ended up doing a lot of cross-hatching in my drawings, which on the calendar spread I didn't mind. On the calendar spread, I didn't have a lot of cross-hatching except for areas in the hair where I thought would be darker. And for the most part, it looked really nice. The other pages are a completely different manner. Anyways, back to talking about the actual calendars part of this spread. I also decided to imitate the flags on racehorses for the days of the week. And because I didn't plan on doing these flags, I didn't actually leave enough room to write Monday and Tuesday, so it's a little squished in there, but I do like the vibe of the racehorses. And ironically, this brings me to my next point. I just finished watching Squid Game, and if you have watched it, then you know that there's like an analogy with horses. You could probably guess because there's only so many analogies of horses that exist in the world. But yeah, I finished watching Squid Game, and I have to say, it is very interesting, and I really enjoyed the concept. And I do have a vlog coming out occasionally, or someday, I don't know when, but someday, of me making the cookie from Squid Game and trying it out. That was fun. That was lots of fun. Baking soda is lots of fun. For those of you who don't know, to make those cookies from the Squid Game, you have to use baking soda. And baking soda expands things, so it was like I was making a marshmallow. Okay. So yeah, now you can see I'm going in with the days of the week for this spread. I did choose a very minimal calendar. Once again, I love my minimalism, even though I don't know if you would call my drawings minimalistic. I don't know, people have very different definitions of minimalism, but I do really enjoy this spread, and I decided to add on a label for the cover title of this spread because I just wanted some, I don't know, I felt like the spread was a little too simple for me. So by adding this label, I jazzed it up a bit, and I really do enjoy how it looks. I did skip, as you can tell, my jot notes page and my music spreads or whatever I do on those pages, the brain dump, but I will get to that a little later on. I kind of added it as an afterthought. It is in my weekly spread that I realized my love for gold and black color schemes, but we'll get into that in a second. For now, let's talk about this beautiful horse. I find that drawing things, objects, thematic images in the center of your spread is a great way to add some variations between your weekly layouts, because my go-to is always just drawing one image in the corner of the layout, and sometimes you just need that variation. However, My horse has very questionable feet. I think I drew each hoof very differently because I wasn't sure what I was doing. As you can see, the first hoof, that was the back leg at the front, looks fine. I think that hoof looks the best out of all of them. And then there's like a pump looking one and like a running shoe looking one. And I also decided to add some hatching in this drawing. And while I didn't use my fountain pen to draw the outline of this horse, I did use it to add in all the hatching, and I feel like the shading on the tail and the hair was just unnecessary. From a distance, it looks fine, but up close, it is kind of like, why? Why did you do that? But overall, I think it looks nice, and as you can see, here is my love for gold coming in. I decided to add some highlights on the cover spread because, I don't know, I just wanted some natural, a third color. It's the triad of colors, you know? And I added some sparkles here and there because why not? Sparkles make everything so beautiful. So that is what I did there. And of course, because I liked that so much, I went back to my weekly spread and I did draw a half moon shape, but I also decided to add in some little dot sparkles at a line going up through the page to separate the 2 weeks. And then I drew in my weekly dates. I think this spread is the most minimalistic out of many of the other ones I've done before because I don't actually even write weekly spread down. And I didn't actually notice that until I'm looking at me fixing my spread here. But I don't even write week 1, week 2. I just know. It's kind of like the index for me. I know a lot of people do use an index, but let me know down in the comments if you are one of those people or if you're like me where you don't use an index because by the time you fill out your spreads, you just know where each page is. I will admit though that I did number each page in my bullet journal because I am almost at the end of the book and I would like to buy a notepad for my bullet journal next year because I don't want to go through the whole cutting of the pages and measuring things out like I had to this year. In theory, it was a great idea. In reality, not so much. So I realized that I had 126 pages in general. Who knows what I'll get for a signature, but at least I know for next year that I need about 126 pages to give me enough room to add in some spreads, some journaling spreads, and some jot notes and some tracker pages just in case I want to give tracking another go. I really want to become one of those people who can easily track your progress in things, but I am not that person yet. So for now, we have no trackers. Also, I forgot to tell y'all that I did add in those colors for the flags on my calendar spread because it was missing some color. And I also drew in 2 lines in the bottom just to add some more color and to separate from the part of the calendar spread where I will write down my keywords / terms and color schemes. My legend, basically. I could have said that so much easier than I did. And here I drew in some horseshoes because horses have horseshoes and horseshoes are actually pretty cool to look at. And this is just a really simple spread that I'll use to write in jot notes. It's Halloween coming up, so I can write down my Preptober things, I can write down my Halloween to-do list, etc. So that's always helpful. And here is the overall spread. So I love the layout. I think this is one of my favorite spreads in this journal. My second favorite has to be the flamingos. I just love the flamingo spread so much. That was my, what month was it? It was early, April maybe. I'm looking at my bullet journal right now. The quote in my April spread. Oh, it's so funny. It's not original, but it's so funny. Okay, yes. Anyways, this is my spread, and thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, please don't forget to subscribe down below, hit that notification button, and give this video a big thumbs up. And will see you all next week. Or before then, because I have a lot of videos, and I should post them. Bye!